ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'll be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Didn't even get to cross. I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get to glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon. Rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting shots. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross. I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass.
brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup, that's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yup. I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. They saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Filling the lungs inside you, and the blackened eyes make my way into your mind. Just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start locking eyes. Lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor.
Look at them, Papa. Look at them. I wish you were here to see their faces. The crowd. The lights. The spectacle. I've become quite the celebrity in the Colosseo. They have chosen me. They call me La Lupa, the wolf. And I'm their villain. At first, I hated it. Their cheers and jeers reminded me of the sycophants you surrounded yourself with. Weak men who leeched off of your greatness, picking the bones of everything you built, leaving me with nothing, surrounded by my enemies, alone. But you were preparing me for this, weren't you, Papa? In your way, you showed me that fear was a weapon. You helped me temper my wild and reckless nature with patience and guile. Taught me the value in knowing my enemy, in learning to turn their greatest strengths into their weaknesses. Even in death, you showed me the consequences of underestimating an adversary. I promise you, I won't repeat your mistakes. Look at me, Papa. This is no longer the face of your little girl. Your enemies are still my enemies. But I am so much more than you had the chance to see. My recklessness is now focused rage, and I finally embraced what I once hated. I am the wolf. I am La Lupa. They're right to fear me. They will respect me. This arena, this mob, this moment is all just a means to an end. Every lesson, every loss has been tallied and recorded. I will take back everything that was stolen from us. And I will use them to do it.
And I do believe we are live. And yeah, sorry, just gonna throw us right into it. Why is it? I'm so confused. Every time I'm in one of these lobbies, it seems like people. Are we doing 3v3s? It seems like. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, hi, welcome back to the channel. I know it's a little scuff with me, but when is there never scuff here? Anyway, hi, I'm joined by Mr. Altitude here. Say hi, Mr. Altitude.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
Yippee. Because the last time we saw you, we watched your game, but now you get to join us. I love, now that I think about it, I feel like I'm always joined by supports. So thank you for keeping up with that. However, you are a very flexible player at the end of the day, so compliments for there. I think you were, what, DPS last year for a little bit, became a tank, and now you're back to support because that's your main role. But I digress, I guess.
DPS 2 years ago. Support last fall, tank last spring. Support again now. Everywhere.
At this rate, you're gonna go back to DPS. Don't do it.
You never know.
Never know indeed. But anyway, coming at you guys live today with Fairfield University versus Iona University today, two middle of the pack teams. I will say we are having like stonk differences compared to last year. Fairfield stonks up, I would say, in my humble opinion, and Iona currently stonks down, but I think they might be on the comeback, but that's really up to them to decide that one, and if they're going to prove me right with that statement. But we will get to see that today. And yeah, Mr. Altitude, what are your thoughts about these teams going into today's game?
I'm as you said, I think it's definitely a year of Fairfield stonks on the up. Having Sean come in on this tank has looked really good. Master Uguay as a new player is looking pretty awesome overall, looking like a pretty big step up from this Fairfield team that was, I want to say, the 9 seed last year. Currently looking to fight for that fifth seed right now, at least going into the end of the first half of the year. But yeah, and Iona, by no means can be counted out. Definitely a team on maybe had a little bit of a rough start to the year, but definitely on their way back. Um, I know I've been particularly impressed with Disoriented on the flex support, Brick Eyes on the main support as well. Have both looked pretty solid, so I'm hoping this is a good game. We'll see if it actually is, but hoping for the best.
A lot of changes indeed. Now, I will say, I personally, I haven't seen every game from Iona, and although I'm kind of blanking on Disoriented, I've been a little less impressed, but that's just because I think I've seen a lot of more what I would say mystery heroes coming out of Iona. They just haven't been solid both in their compositions and their gameplay this season so far. I think they are getting it down as time goes on. I feel like that was a major issue at the beginning of the year, and I think now they're figuring things out, but I will get to see today if they continue that mystery hero things. But trying to find a composition, very difficult for this team to solidify down or get solid down. But with that being said, I am curious about your thoughts because I'm not sure if anybody was here. I'm pretty sure it said there was, but we watched the trailer right before we actually went live. What are your thoughts about the new character, and how do you think she's gonna slot into at least some of the teams in the MAAC as a whole? Maybe Iona might pick her up, become one of those teams that just specialize in her, but then again, she is new to everybody. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the new character, if you have any whatsoever?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot will, there's only so much we can get out of like a non-gameplay trailer, just a like hero introduction. But I mean, clearly a melee hero. I'm hearing DPS. She kind of looks more DPS than tank to me as well. Um, so I think if she's good when she comes out, we'll see, obviously, because, you know, I feel like most of the time heroes are broken on release, but every once in a while they release a Lifeweaver who's just, not great on release.
Broken in
Hopefully,
the negative sense.
yeah. Hopefully Vendetta, though, gets a strong release, and I think that hero, melee hero, would probably be really good for the more brawl-heavy teams out there. I'm thinking of, I think we at Marist have a pretty good brawl on us. I think Ryder has a very good brawl. Someone like Fairfield, who's playing their Malga Rom comps all the time, I think could see a lot of benefit. So I'm looking towards those teams. Quinnipiac, I believe, as well, is playing a lot of Queen right now. So definitely looking at those types of teams to benefit the most.
I'm very interested to see where she slots in, at least into next semester, because this is going to be one of the last few games of this current semester. There are other teams that need to finish up their last game. You included at Marist need to go up against, I believe, Quinnipiac tomorrow. And think Ryder will be playing their game as well tomorrow. So that eliminates about 6. I'm pretty sure Sienna, Niagara are going on right now, and I'm not sure how quickly that'll be finished. But that leaves, I think, one more set of games: Canisius versus somebody. Blanking on the last team at this point in time.
Ignatius versus
Mount, I guess, is the only team I
Mount.
think.
I think they've already played, honestly, though.
Huh?
Is it Ryder Canisius?
No. That was. Oh yeah, that is Ryder Canisius. Yeah. Okay. Either
And then
way.
I think Mount has an off week, maybe. It's
Oh,
Mount's Manhattan week or something.
possibly. But yeah, so coming up on the end of this semester, we are seeing teams solidify their spots for the most part. Like you said, this is I believe a fifth place match looking to be at this point in
We'll see.
time. I know Fairfield. We're going into this with Fairfield favored at this point in time. Iona still has a decent record, but I do believe that is mainly because they have beaten the three teams that were below them. Well, actually, I think one of those wins is a Manhattan default. So, not
Yeah.
so it's
It's
not.
a game to force a three-way tie, I believe. If
Ooh,
Iona wins this game, then Iona will beat in Fairfield, Fairfield beat Niagara, Niagara beat Iona. So, we'll see for
ah,
sure.
the middle of the
If
pack.
Fairfield wins this, they lock in the 5th seed. Iona would lock in the 7 going into the halfway point of the year. But we will see what happens. Hoping for a good game.
Going to be interested to see. Now, Fairfield actually, once again, we've mentioned this in the past, on the past stream, but Fairfield being an interesting team right now only because with Ryder being one of the more dominant teams, Fairfield, although not on paper getting a map win off of Ryder, they did bring them to a map 4 through a tie on one map. So I'm kind of like we said, we were going into this with Fairfield favored, but that's one of the main reasons they're able to make a second place team technically bleed a little bit. So I'm not having a lot of faith for Iona unless in the past week or two they really have come around to prove me wrong and actually beat Fairfield this time around. So yeah. However, we did see Fairfield fall a little flat in comparison to Quinnipiac last week. So it's kind of up and down whether or not we see the best in this team. Fairfield showed up for the Rider game, but Quinnipiac showed up last week. So maybe Quinnipiac is actually on the up and up as well. So every team is here to grow. Sadly, we're going to take a break away from the MAAC, but I'm not sure what these teams are going to do in the off time between semesters to continue to get better. I know Ryder, Marist, hopefully, I think Mount, I think Iona are going to keep playing scrims. But what's the pattern or like what's the scrim schedule for the rest of these teams? I'm not sure, but hopefully we could see a lot more coming into next semester. Right
Yeah.
off the rip,
I mean, we'll see.
we will see. We will be seeing Sigma band coming in from Fairfield on this first thing, but why are we saying R when both teams haven't even picked a band yet? But I mean, they could still be R. Fairfield ready to go whenever Iona picks their band. But yeah, Lijiang Tower, I think some players are just going to the bathroom. You know, nature calls type stuff. But yeah, Lijiang Tower not gonna be the out of the other two maps, which is what Samoa and Ilios. Lijiang Tower, a classic. I feel like we've only been to Samoa once this year, and it was a
Yeah,
Fairfield
that
game.
might be.
Nobody likes Samoa. We need more Samoa. I think Samoa is a decent map.
Yeah, but you're competing with Lijiang Tower, the most played map of all time in Overwatch competitive, and Ilios, which is, fan favorite for a lot of teams.
Are you? What about Kings Row?
Well, in control maps.
Oh,
I
fair
think a
enough.
lot of people, a lot of Lucio players out there, a lot of dive teams really love playing Ilios.
Fair enough. We are going to see the return of these players from the bathroom, I believe, and we are going to be seeing Kirko ban from the side of Iona. Now, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be targeting late specifically. I think late is the Kiri player when it's compared to Star and Linea. So, yeah, but who did we see Sigma ban? Is Afflicted a Sigma player?
Not that I'm aware of. I've seen Afflicted play, I believe, just Rom and Hazard historically, but I'm sure he does have a deeper hero pool. But we'll see coming into this on Lijiang Tower. I'd expect the Hazard, personally, to come out. I've seen Iona play a lot of the Hazard Genji kind of style with Yek and Afflicted.
We are going to be opening up on Gardens, which is typically a Pharah-centric map. So Yek being a I would say Iona being an off Pharah type team, but that's only because they don't rock the Mercy with her. They kind of just send her out on her own. But still a good map for her to be opened up on. Now, am I crazy? I'm blanking on the man named X-Man Kills over there. Is he usually a player for Iona, or is this a new player?
He is. I believe they usually play Yek and Kyoto.
Oh yeah.
But X-Man Kills is also on the roster. I think he comes in more for the hit scan stuff while they play Yek and Kyoto for double flex. But we do see X-Men Kills coming, hovering the Freya right now. I also wanted to note, Rit, R-I-T, we're gonna go with Rit, is in, instead of Disoriented, who I know I feel like I've seen a lot of good things from Disoriented this year, so interested to see what that's about, see how Rit plays. I don't think I've seen him before in lobby at all, so we'll see how this goes.
Name is familiar, but I think he is new to like this semester at this point in time. We are having technical difficulties. Not anymore. We are no longer having said technical difficulties, but minor ones that paused the game briefly. Believe their tank was permamuted for what's it called? Fairfield. But now he's actually in the game. Yek had yet to pick a character, so I'm not sure if he was having technical difficulties, but all players are here. And Sean already aggressing to the map, and as we said early on, Yek on the far, no mercy needed. We are going to be seeing the Juno Brig composition coming out from the side of Iona. Yek not in getting up to that spot fast enough to get any dangerous boots against Fairfield, but now he just gonna be basically a low to the ground para, looking to do some damage, doing a good amount of damage to help X-Man Kill secure that kill against Starlinia, but Master Oogway doing an amazing job at getting 2 X-Man Kills. Brick Eyes is down. Right now he is the target in the backline, being chased down by the entire team of Iona, but instead he is gonna get away, return to his team. Sean going off the map. I thought for a second, I don't even know what I was thinking. I just saw the man walk off. I thought he was chasing somebody, and just nope. Yek actually getting an amazing boop onto Sean, but the point is in favor of Fairfield right now, and as every member from Iona get to the point, Sean has to return to this if he wants to help his team. Fairfield might want to give up this point a little bit. Yaz does go down, but Sean returns the favor. Afflicted does get taken out, and nothing goes against Fairfield just yet. The ultimate is going to come out from what's called the X-Man Kills. The problem is he's about to get killed, and now Sean getting kills. It's just trade for trade right now. Master Oogway gets taken out by Rit, and now Sean picks out Brick Guys. Who's next for the side? Ooh, a good sleep from late on to Rit, but he is not going to get taken out just yet. Seems like teams are going to stabilize. I'm a liar. The trade's the 1-for-1s. It doesn't matter. Yek gets a kill, but Yaz gets Yek. It just keeps going back and forth.
Yeah,
so, like,
very chaotic fight, but Fairfield has held the point this whole time.
Fairfield has held the point, but now Sean goes into the backline trying to kill this Juno that is under the control of RIT, but Master Oogway once again, another trade. Can we just get Justice Reigns from above? Yek gets one, but I think he gets slept, and now he's going to go down. Anti-trade again. Nano into the Malga, and now they're going to be looking to do it. Afflicted is going to get a kill, but I think he's going to go down next. Once again, another trade. This is just back and forth, and it just can't go this way. At this point in time, if this is how the game is going to go, back and forth, it's whoever gets the point first at the end of the day. And right now, Fairfield in full control, looking at 100% this map. Iona needs to have a good, strong fight opening. Ooh, what's it called? Brick Eyes is going to be going to the point. Sean Juno ultimate, tear it down from everybody. It's high noon. Yaz is going to be doing some damage, but Sean is going to be getting the kills. Master Oogway, Jaws finally finishes him off, and Yek goes down finally. Yek only gets 1, while Fairfield gets 5.
Yeah, Master Oogway doesn't build a blade that round. doesn't need it, clearly. He does some great job cleaning up that point.
He didn't get a plate that entire round?
I don't think he did.
He
I
was?
think he just cooked without one.
Wonder, can we tab if he has a decent amount of damage? No, he's short, I would say, but
Yeah.
Fairfield being 100% in control, technically I believe it's almost a second, so only 100%, 100 seconds of the round ticking away. Not enough for this man, plus his 1400 damage to get his blade. He was at like 97%, so
Yeah,
kinda
but even
interesting.
if he didn't build a blade, getting some really good confirms.
I'm even surprised he
finishing
has a
off
perk
kills.
then.
Yeah. Yek coming on the Tracer instead of the Pharah here. Other comp looks the same from Fairfield.
Does make a little more sense. We are going to be going on the inside, so not as easy for Farah to get away with, especially with Yaz and late on the side of Fairfield. He is a bit of a menace. Sean going into the back line, or not even Sean. Afflicted jumping into the back line trying to do some damage, but Sean is just going to be supporting his team better than the supports are supporting him because he does go down right now, but Master Oogway is going to be getting the kills. But he is also now going to be getting, oh my god, the trades are always for real. Yek trying to do some damage as he was left alone, but he is not going to be doing enough. And Fairfield, once again, get in control of this point.
Great guys to spawn 2 at the end, and it does look like they will be back when the fight really starts. Iona is able to take some early space here, get the hazard set up. We'll see if they're able to make any moves with it, and see if Yek and Afflicted are able to collapse onto a target here.
The problem is X-Man kills out on the outside is actually going to be the one that gets collapsed on. Sean just drilling him out. And, now Sean actually in a bit of a situation where he jumps in, tries to do damage. He's now joined by Master Oogway, but he gets walled off by Hazard. He stays in that entire fight. Afflicted does goes down. Afflicted does stay alive, but Yek off to the side is going to be going down, so not very effective there. Yaz almost getting taken out. This Juno is out for blood. RIT really does want that kill, but is unable to secure it. Afflicted just being a body here. Master Oogway, I thought deflected that ultimate for a second coming in from X-Man kills, but instead it just goes into the backline there where nobody was around. Afflicted is actually the one that's in the backline. Gets a kill, Master Oogway gets 2. Yek is going to find a kill into start Linnea. So I think Fairfield is kind of light on support, but you don't really need it when you have the damage. Master Oogway, Yaz, here to fight off Yek. Yek is going to be trying to go in, but he is going to be going down. All these players for Fairfield are extremely low, and I'm pretty sure Yaz is just going to be chilling on point, waiting for his self-heal to proc. He does just that, but the sports do re-arrive. Right now, Afflicted. Yeah, Afflicted with the ultimate and Hurkai's with his.
Iona struggling to find an opening here. It feels like every time the Hazard commits, he dies before he can do anything. Huge blade from Oogway. Nano blade with the Deadeye. Should close it out for Fairfield.
Oh, Yek having to recall to try to survive and just barely unable to touch the point. Afflicted surviving just a little longer, so... And I think that's because his ultimate lockdown Master Oogway, which I think it would have been a little more beneficial if Afflicted did go down a little earlier. It probably would have gave, Yek a little more urgency to get on that point because of that, but at the end of the day, Fairfield does shut it out 200% to 0.
Yeah, looking like pretty light work for Fairfield. You know, there was a lot of trading out on that first point, but even then, it didn't really feel like Fairfield was too in danger of a flip coming through.
Never really in danger,
Definitely.
indeed.
Yeah, Fairfield's kind of feeling like they get to play their game here. I personally question the Iona comp a little bit. I think playing the Juno Brig is a good idea, but playing the Juno Brig with the hazards kind of looking a little disconnected. I'd love to see if maybe Afflicted will come out on something a little different here. It feels like the hazard really isn't getting a lot of the value he's hoping in terms of actually being able to live through his commitments. We'll see though. Maybe hopefully we see a little shift here that will allow Iona to start taking some better fights.
I think the main thing Iona needs to do is secure more than one kill in their favor instead of these trades right now. I will say I gotta give them compliments on not doing the whole mystery hero situation that has been plaguing them since the early bit of the semester. So hopefully, when I said that they're trying to get the composition down, it's working for them. It did not work against Fairfield in this map one, but at least it's not constantly changing. Yak being the only major change, but I do agree with that due to the map change specifically. So, wonder what Iona is going to bring us A2 and what they're going to bring to that map specifically. So, yeah. Once again, we are seeing like
Yeah.
2 different names in. So maybe Iona is just trialing things and seeing what works with them. Kyoto being the main person we noticed in previous weeks, but maybe they want to try X-Man kills. Maybe they really want to try RIT. Or RIT. You know, it's hard for me to say RIT when I know that's school as well.
Yeah.
But fair enough.
But we'll see. I wonder where we're going to be looking next map. It wouldn't surprise me to see perhaps a payload map coming out, and a full escort. Just in terms of maybe trying to enable Yek a little more to play Pharah on a Gibraltar or something, or Rialto. We'll see what Iona's looking to do here. If they're feeling comfortable on the Hazard style, then King's Row, ban Malga.
Interesting. I was gonna acknowledge King's Row as a possibility, but wasn't gonna be fully ready for it. Malga ban early on is gonna hurt Fairfield a little bit, but once this map does go by, that's just gonna open him up. But we have seen Sean be able to play other characters. He is currently mainly known for this Malga. I will say that much. But I've seen him play Diva. I've seen him play Ramatra. Those two are still viable. His Ramatra, I don't mean this in the rudest of way, but his Ramatra a little more viable over the Diva. But yeah, so hoping to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I think we could be seeing Fairfield end up on a very, typical brawl style here. I feel like that is something that they have shown comfort on historically. Maybe not necessarily with this version of the lineup, but I know last year was a big year of the Rom, Ryan, May kind of stuff. So a lot of these players do have that sense for the game where they should be able to pick that comp up. We'll see though. I saw a little bit of the Sean Ramatra. It looked pretty good. I think we've seen Master Uguay and Yaz play sort of a brawl style before. I think we've seen like May Reaper from them. So definitely a possibility from that. I'm very interested to see what Iona ends up going with here, because it's definitely a less favorable map for Hazard, Pharah, Tracer. It's going to be a map that I think generally has a much better time playing Brawl. So we'll have to see what they come out with here. See if Afflicted switches it up.
Knowing Yek, why do I feel like we're gonna see him on Genji this map around? And Zenyatta. An interesting ban coming in from the side of Fairfield. Not a normal character to even be played in general, but once again, what do these players know that I do not know coming in, especially from each other? I have not seen Zenyatta even played for Iona, so
I believe they have played it a little bit, because they were playing Zenyatta Wu Yang at the beginning of the year, but Disoriented was the Zenyatta player, and he's not currently in the roster. So yeah, very, very curious to see. I wonder what was going on with that ban necessarily.
Well, we will see if it pays off for them indeed. But yeah. Wondering if we... Sure. Fair enough, I don't have to change in graphics.
What will these hovers be? Afflicted sticking to his guns on the hazard right now.
Late is scaring me. Yek was proving me right, but I think he's going to open up and then switch that Genji. So... Gonna be opening up on this Widow first. Brick Eyes pulling out the Wu Yang. Wu Yang, I feel like, is like one of those characters. Like, every team, for some reason, I believe, definitely has a Wu Yang. But whether or not they pull him out, he's only ever either played on 1 or 2 maps in a series. Never at the start for some reason. Always on the subsequent maps from Control. That's just what I have noticed.
I think it is just there's always, you know, everyone wants to play Lucio on Control for faster touches and stuff. Better rotations. As we get into this game. Genji Mei is an interesting DPS line coming up from Fairfield as the poke begins here. Afflicted getting a little low.
And just sneaking into that high ground. Ooh, Yaz with the double icicle into Brick Eyes. Just absolutely demolishing him.
Yek and Afflicted together in this backline looking at the supports.
Right now that wall does come up, but I think it more isolates Afflicted than it does anybody from the side of Fairfield. Yaz gets low, Sean is going low, and now everybody is getting collapsed on, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sean is going to have to be going in between both of them and is almost going down. I don't think he has proper support, but Master Oogway is making sure neither does Iona. Yaz does go down, but Afflicted is very close to death. Sean has been fighting for his life, but his life is being brought back by Late over here with the healing from Kiriko. Just doing good work. Ultimate does that come out? The ultimate comes out from X-Man kills. It lands onto Late, and I didn't even know Starlinia was also right next to him, so she gets caught out and goes down. Master Oogway now being sent to the hotel and being stuck between Yek and Afflicted. They just stare at him for a little bit because they're gonna stagger him out, but eventually he realizes what goes on, tries to get the kill, and they finish him off. Now Fairfield needs to join each other, but Master Oogway gets a terrible spawn because of that stagger. So very good call by Iona. Man, X-Man kills. Actually having an incredible ultimate there to open things up. I think Yek has his full spawn. He's going to be looking to go into that back line, especially with this Kiriko ultimate coming out. He might want to do things. Ultimate comes out. Yek goes in for the kill. Onto Yaz, gets that. And oh my god, right now, it's actually kind of weird because, like, I'm complimenting Iona into the backline. They do get 2, but the problem is 3 members of Fairfield aggress onto the other 3 members of Iona and get those kills. So right now, it's basically just who could kill whose backline better, but now it's the front line versus the front line. X-Man kills, gets Master Oogway. Now Yek and Afflicted. Well, Afflicted actually ran away for the most part. Yek is now here, and all of Fairfield needs to regroup and stop this point from being pushed. They still in a pretty good spot. They definitely have 2 more fights under their belt if they don't let it continue to push any more than this current choke. But they do need to regroup if they want to stop it where it is right now. And I don't think that's going to happen just yet. It looks like, oh my god, Yaz, what the heck you doing over to the left? I'm trying to watch what the tanks are about to do near the point. Meanwhile, you just murdering 2 off to the left. Master Oogway getting a kill. Doesn't need to use that blade just yet. Ultimate economy is in favor of Fairfield right now. 3 online compared to the 1 from Iona. Iona is close to making it 2 with Brick Eyes. 89% and counting. But nobody else.
For Fairfield, and they didn't have to use any last fight.
Like it drops down from the high ground. Ooh, ultimate comes in from what's it called? start linear, and it goes down onto Master Uguay, who blades and goes into the backline. He gets Yek in the dash, but the problem is he gets taken out. Damage comes through. Aid from Rit does get the kill, and now oh my god, Sean actually gets stuck into the wall because Afflicted just has perfect placement. Afflicted is getting quite low. I think Hazard with that new headshot debuff while he's got his arm up is doing a little bit in terms of being a big threat on him right now. Yaw is just getting pressured out. X-Man kills being a problem with those arrows, just being a bit of a menace. But I do believe Fairfield is still in a position to not fully give up this second point just yet. What are you doing, X-Man kills? Have to cancel that emo. It's high noon. Yaz gets two immediately. Tear it down. Ultimate comes out. Everything from Iona is about to click off. Only X-Man kills gets one. And right now, Sean is going into the backline. Looking for one. Gets only...
X-Man kills. X3.
What is X-Man? I'm looking at a big Ramatra ulting. Meanwhile, X-Man kills. I need to start watching these better. I need more people in the studio. Give me every angle possible, but X-Man kills gets 3 in that process. Kind of brings it back a little bit for Iona. It is still winnable, but Fairfield in a position to stop this push, or at least stall it out and allow them to regroup here. They do have, I think the Swans are relatively equal at this point in time, but I do believe Fairfield still has the advantage, and they do regroup and hold off this push. 1 minute and 13 seconds remain on the clock for Iona to close out second point and push us to like getting more time and going towards point 3. But right now, Fairfield in control, but Yek does have his pulse bomb. X-Man kill, doing an amazing job so far. New player, I think he's doing great on the Freya. He has been impactful throughout, even though in the last game, not really showing up as much, but maybe that's just a map problem. But he is being a menace, especially here, getting double, triple kills like crazy. Almost his ultimate, he does have it again. So I'm kind of curious to see what he has to offer in this upcoming fight. Ultimate is going to come out on start linear. The support is going to go down immediately, but Yaz is going to take it right back. Master Uguay getting one, looking for more, and right now Afflicted into the high ground. Who's up here? All, nope, not all DPS of Iona. It's just one from each role. Seeing if they can touch this point in 10 seconds. As they wait for
Master Uguay. Master Uguay has a blade just coming up on the Deadeye.
The Deadeye is typically there to start off and is going to come out. High noon, it does damage, but it's immediately going to get recalled away, or Yek actually just TP'd into the backline. Master Uguay gets one. Master Uguay has the blade, it's going to come out, it's going to find the Kiriko. It's not going to really be doing much for the side of Iona when both your supports are dead. Support, or tear it down is going to be coming from what's called Hazard. My words are off today. Hazard does get a good ultimate and locks down 3, but the problem is Master Uguay was there to clean him up and close out round 1. Not allowing basically second point, but it was practically there, so we'll say they got at least second point, but that's all Fairfield needs to push it up to. But of course, they still need to unlock the point. So hopefully Iona can hold out and have a full hold this time around and bring us to a map 4. But it's up to them to do just that.
Yeah, certainly winnable for Iona still here. Definitely a big step up from them. I think especially X-Men kills and Afflicted looking great there. Also, the synergy between Yek and Afflicted was looking pretty good in taking out backline. We'll have to see how this goes. I think it will be definitely a challenge trying to hold when Fairfield has such a great ult cycle with, you know, the Annihilation, the Genji Blade, the Kyriel, the Wu Ying ult. Everything can just win a fight on its own, and that's, you know, assuming that Yaz and Master Uguay aren't winning fights without ults, because they've done that so many times this game.
Yaz opening up on the Widow. Wonder if he can have more success compared to Yek, but we will see. Rit just getting one shot off onto him, and now he's going to go back and chain. Yaz going back to the Cassidy. He is pretty good on... I do know Yaz can play a mean So I wonder if that will make it an appearance this time around. Master Google gonna get caught out. Why am I getting invited to a custom game when I am streaming? Thanks, Ryan. But now is not the time. Anyway, Sean, gonna get antied and
the Jaws.
but Yaz gets the kill onto Rit, and right now, what's it called? The Suzu from late actually keeps Sean alive, although it did come in late. More than enough to keep him alive and running. Right now, Iona has only 2 Afflicted and Yek kind of doing decent earlier, so we'll see if they can do that together. But right now, Afflicted has to leave Yek alone. No HP, no Dream over here. And right now, Yek trying to return, just absolutely ignoring all the members that are on the point. But what can he do when Yaz is looking for you? Cassidy is a Tracer counter right now. Ooh, Yek really trying to get in, really trying to touch. Afflicted can't touch the point, even though he's right there going for the kills. Allows him to stay off, and Fairfield does close the point. And now they have 5 minutes to finish this entire map out. Yek looking for the kills onto Sean, but he puts up the arms in order to stay alive. And right now, payload unlocked and ready to go. 4 minutes and 50 seconds now remain as it starts the push.
Yeah, it looks like, at least from what I'm seeing, Fairfield's doing a really good job of landing those Cass headshots, Curie headshots, Wooing Orbs, setting up Uguay to be able to just get all of these great finishes. People, it feels like, are dying, you know, just passively in the fight, but looking at it, it's, you know, getting chunked, having that comm come out, and Master Uguay's right on it to finish the kill. Jaws and X-Men kills.
And now an ultimate into the backline. The Suzu comes out just a little too early, and it does get the double kill onto the support line. Sean gets Afflicted, but Yek gets a kill on the start winning it. But that's all they have right now, and this push is still going. Yek really needs to do a good job at dancing around on the point and stopping it. Otherwise, we are going to be in a very bad situation for at minimum 4 more minutes. Ultimate is going to be coming in from X-Man kills to try to do something, but the problem is it's going to do absolutely nothing. Yek is going to be going into the backline and immediately dying. Sean is looking for the kills onto X-Man kills. Tear it down. Afflicted gets 1. Yaz goes down. Kiriko and Hazard in this backline. Iona going to be trying to do something with these 2, but the problem is when I said with these 2, when one goes down, now all we have is a Hazard who's about to go down, and I don't think anybody's there to stop the point, and Fairfield are going to close it out on Kings Row.
Yeah, definitely a much closer fought map than the first, but Fairfield's still looking like, you know, the clear better team here. As they're able to block it down with, what, 3 minutes 30? Okay, 3 minutes 30 on the clock there. Just, I think Iona really doesn't have an answer to this Genji almost. I feel like Uguay is kind of running the lobby right now.
Running the lobby indeed, which is like one of the biggest issues I feel like he had in the Quinnipiac game, where it felt like Lunar was a better Genji at the time, and Master Uguay wasn't like being able to get away with like what he's just capable of doing. Like, I'm not saying like he needs an easy team to like excel, but Master Uguay, if he's like left to do like damage, he just goes crazy. Like, he did it against Ryder, he's doing it here. I'm pretty sure he's done it every week. He is like one of the main players of Fairfield right now. Sean being a big factor in that tank position, absolutely, and Yaz absolutely still being a good hit scan. And like Starlinia and late cannot be understated as well. Like, this team is good, they have potential, and I don't exactly know where they go wrong sometimes, but at the same time, like, although this is like a middle of a pack team, I still give a lot of credit to Fairfield right now. So I just want to see them fly, essentially. Just do good, fellas. But Iona struggling, man, right now.
Yeah, I feel like the time of Hazard meta is going by, and even though Afflicted is still getting some good value here, I do wonder if maybe his talents could be better suited on another hero. He's clearly a mechanically very strong player who I feel like could find success on a lot of tank heroes here. We'll see if he ends up switching it up. Maybe depends on bans as well, but clearly a good tank, a very solid tank player. We'll just have to see if maybe he switches it up here. Fairfield does seem to be able to just absorb these hazard hits pretty well.
Cassidy is going to be manned out from the side of Iona, absolutely opening up Yaz to the idea of playing Reaper, but that's the thing. I think we are also going to Servasa, which although I know Tracer could still do very well on this map, I feel like I've seen Yek play Pharah here, so taking out that one major hit scan might make him feel a little more comfortable and allow him to be free on this map, but it will not go unanswered whatsoever. I know that. So, Fairfield, what are they going to pull out to beat him there?
The ban coming out on the Lucio from Fairfield. We'll see if that really matters. I don't think Iona's played a lot of Lucio this year. I think Brick Eyes might have a Lucio, in his pocket, but I feel like haven't really seen a lot. Seen him on the Wu Yang much more than anything else. So, interesting ban coming out from Fairfield, and we'll see if it does anything.
Servasa being not one of my favorite maps. Then again, I don't like Flashpoint as a whole, but Servasa being the more popular of what even is the option for Flashpoint?
It's Suravasa or Atlas.
Nobody has gone Atlas whatsoever this year.
Yeah, I love Atlas. I wish more teams would play it, but I think people just everyone's a little more comfortable on the map that's been around a little longer. I like this. I hope this stays. Afflicted hovering the Zarya, X-Men kills hovering the Reaper.
What is going on the side of Fairfield? Okay. Those were just some funnies. I was hoping they were. That's more correct. Thought they were gonna do funny and actually be on the the Pharah for a second. Yek TPing them out, but I do think he is gonna be opting in for the Tracer, especially on first point where we're in that closed building. So makes a little more sense right now. Tracer, the Reaper, who's gonna win this.
Iona doing a great job looking at the Mauga here. He doesn't quite die, but doing a great job putting pressure on. X-Men kills finds Starlinia, but the fight is unfortunately pretty over here.
I think I have an audio bug. I think it's lashed onto Yek specifically because no matter where he is, no matter who I'm looking at, every time he shoots, it's like loud in my ears. So hopefully that does not affect the rest of the game. I did just switch to him to try to fix it. Yeah, I think it sounds a little more normal now, but unsure. Nope, I think it's bugged. Anyway, well, there's an audio bug, but it's okay. Master Oogway just gonna be doing Master Oogway things, of course, shutting people down, and right now Fairfield just walking over Iona. Nobody afflicted. I know you said you want to see him still on this Zarya, but he's not able to charge in the way he's been doing. So I still want to see him on the Zarya. He needs to get this person online and ready to go right now. Sean being the target, but he's not going to be going down. He has so much HP in the pool, and his supports are right on his back. 95%. What's it called? Who just touched? X-Man kills is going to be TPing onto point and touching to put us into overtime, but Yaz is going to be getting the better of them. Right now, Yaz getting 2. Bomb comes out as Tracer says, here goes nothing, and the problem is you're going to get nothing with that one. And right now, Iona, overtime just barely burning. Brick Eyes does go down, and finally Fairfield open up Servasa with the first point in tow. And we are going to be going relatively to the right side based on Fairfield's position. I don't know. I think it was just called Gardens. Forgot that each of these mini points do have names. I know none of them. So, yeah. A lot of ultimates online for Fairfield. Only one online for Iona. Close to making it too. Yaz getting dangerously low. He's going to be going into the backline. X-Man Kills does have that ultimate. Die, die, die. The Venn diagram of die, die, dies. But the problem is X-Man Kills had no HP in comparison. So he is going to get taken out. Afflicted just goes off the point because he knows the fight is already lost. Harlena gets a kill onto Yek. And right now, Late is going to be finding Brick Guys. All that remains is this forward support Juno. Fairfield knew where she was and really wanted to get her, but they realized if they pushed up to try to get her, they were going to be in a bit of a situation. But they were stuck between an enemy team and a wall, so good thing for them to pull away. Meanwhile, Iona kind of sneaked their way up into the middle part of this point, and they were operating as a unit, but for some reason they pulled away for a brief moment as Satellite Vector is locked for the side of Fairfield, and the ultimates are going to be coming out from Iona. Kiriko ultimate is going to be trying to open it up, but Sean is going to be dropping the cage and trapping what's called Afflicted. And every Starlinia gets a kill, Late gets a kill, getting every player from here. Nope, Sean is going to be stealing too, and Starlinia is going to get the final one. Team kill for the side of Fairfield. And right now, it's just looking like Iona is kind of just... They had a semblance of team play, and then they just kind of fell apart, and I don't know where they went wrong there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a weird type of matchup here, I guess. It looks like Iona isn't even really acknowledging the Zarya. They're just burning bubbles, giving the Zarya charge, and killing everyone anyways. Mauga deep. Mauga's low deep.
Ooh.
Is able to get topped off here.
Grab is going to be coming in for the side of Iona. It is going to pick off 2 X-Man kills, finding 3. And right now, finally, Iona is going to get some percentage on the board in their favor and Cervasa. But how long will it last? Master Uguay does have that blade. Yek has his bomb. Rit does have that satellite vector and X-Man kills. Although it did not work out the first time, you are the first to get your Reaper ultimate in comparison to Yaz here, so maybe it will be better for Iona. They do have the utility, they do have the ultimates this time around. But whether or not they get caught out might be the issue. Whether or not they burn it first. Die, die, die from X-Man kills, but nobody is around. He goes into an empty hallway and finds nobody. The bomb does come out from Yek, and I don't believe it finds anybody. Blaster Gugwe finding 2. Make it 3. He's looking for more. Yek is the target. He's just going to be fighting him on point. Oh, but oh my god, Brick Guy is being dangerously low. TP's back to Yek. He had nowhere else to go. So instead, he's going to go back to spawn with him hand in hand. As right now, Fairfield killed them off in take point 2 and bring us to not only game point, but match point in general. And right now, where is this point? Is it now just behind Fairfield? Very close to where on their favor. Sean getting dangerous as Afflicted has returned onto the hazard, walling him off and almost bringing him down, but not able to do so. Also, X-Men kills on the Hanzo.
Yeah, well, we'll see if the Hanzo is gonna get value. I don't know if I've really seen too much of the Hanzo from X-Men kills before, but he's got the aim for it. We'll see.
Rit on the Brig as well. I think when, like, although yes, you have nothing to lose except for the entire map as a whole. One of the biggest issues is they're going to be losing their perks, and they really are going to be fighting down for this entire point. The ultimate from Late is going to be coming out to enable Fairfield to go into this backline. Afflicted does put up his arms and does not go down. Fairfield not finding the kills with the Kiriko ultimate as I had expected, but Rit does go down eventually, but not under the guise of ultimate at this point in time. But right now, 44% and ticking very rapidly. Flashpoint does tick faster than Control, so Iona does not have as much time. Yek trying to sneak into this backline, does have a pulse bomb. Just gonna be kind of giving himself away. The ultimate coming in from Sean, lacking satellite vector. The grab, not the grab, but the dragons is gonna be coming in. X-Man kills, caught out. Oh my god, Brick Guys TP's in, but Sean turns his attention, goes for somebody else. Brick Guys does get taken out. Meanwhile, Yek sneaking the point. and kind of keeping Iona in this for just a little longer, but late is going to be putting a kunai into his head, putting him back into spawn. So Iona does get 20%, basically 20% of this point, amazingly. But I don't know if that's going to matter right now as the clock is ticking. They do need to touch. Afflicted does go to the point, and now Fairfield is going to be called back. But Sean knows he's going to be going straight to the point, but the thing is he's actually going to be going straight to the backline of Iona. Jaws is going to be getting the kill, and I think this is going to be close to closing it out. Afflicted gets the kill onto Starlinia, tear it down, but nobody gets caught out. Jaws gets kill onto Rit, and right now it's Yek and Afflicted. The two-man army that typically does well is going to be going down. Sean stamps out the dreams of both Afflicted and this entire Iona team as Fairfield close out Survasa as a whole and close out this series 3-0.
Yeah. Quick game. Again, some well-fought points there. Maybe not quite as well-fought as King's was, but still, you know, a big step up from the first map. I think some good adaptations that just didn't quite pan out in the end. Overall, though, you know, great map coming out from Fairfield. Great match from Fairfield. Great way to end the semester for them. Lock themselves into that 5 seed going into the halfway point of the year, right in the middle of the conference. And, you know, Iona leaving off with some points for improvement, giving themselves some places to work on in this, what, about 2 months, I think, of off time before we're back playing again.
Many points of improvement for Iona, but new team, especially with the X-Men kills, our Rit combination right now. I think this is kind of their main squad that they might want to develop, but who knows what they'll get in the off time. But it is interesting to see. I do see a lot of promise from X-Men kills, so good job there from Iona. But yeah, Fairfield having a good strong finish, good mid spot. And I know I said in previous years, and I didn't mean it with like ill intent, but Fairfield once again being that mid team, not because you're bad, but because you literally slot into the middle of the conference every time from what I've seen. So keep up the good work, Fairfield. And as I said, we've seen them be able to punch above their weight class, make Ryder bleed, so they're going to be looking to do that again coming up in the next semester. They do only have 4 people that sit above them, so we'll see how they perform against those teams next semester. I'm wondering when those games are going to come. Hopefully not right away, because that first game is going to be rusty for everybody, even though I know some players are some teams are definitely going to be playing still. But yeah, overall.
No,
What?
that first game will be against Marist, so they have to take one of those punching up games right away.
Well,
we'll see though.
They're gonna go at it strong. They've been growing over the year.
Yeah, and you know, as much as it is a time for some rust, I know some teams will probably come out of the break with some surprises, some maybe new players, some new strategies. I think, you know, going into this break, next semester, it's really going to be a demonstration of who used their break to rest and who used their break to, you know, work on Overwatch.
Who played video games over the break?
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way, once again, Fairfield having a strong showing this time around, closing out the series 3-0 against Iona. Yeah, any final thoughts, Mr. Altitude?
I mean, again, just great game coming out from Fairfield here. Really, you know, cementing themselves in that place in the conference. It's, you know, looking like a year of teams beating teams that they should win against, teams losing to teams that they should lose against, except maybe you can make that distinction of the top 3 being close and the middle 3 being close, with Niagara, Quinny, and Fairfield. You know, Niagara taking some maps here and there against Quinny and Fairfield, but definitely Fairfield cementing themselves in that middle of the conference, and Iona, hopefully they can come back next semester and show that they also belong in there.
And I know they'll do just yet. But yeah, for now, let's give our MVPs that we usually do. Who are going to be your MVPs for these teams, good sir?
For Iona, I think I will have to go with X-Men Kills here. I think everyone, put up a decent performance today. I think he just, looking at the best map Iona had on Kings, looking at that, I think a lot of that can go up to X-Men Kills, just having some really big moments on the Freya. Almost clutching out a couple fights, hitting some big 2Ks, 3Ks out of nowhere. Great performance from him coming in. I guess maybe as a starter now. I think the Iona roster has kind of rotated a lot, but it looks like they might be sort of settling into the X-Men Kills and Yak starting duo. And then for Fairfield, I think a lot of, great performance from everyone today. I did want to sort of call out a player who I feel like doesn't really get as much recognition in this current iteration of the Fairfield roster. I'm gonna put Late as my MVP. Just looking really good, doing all of the good Kiri things this series. Really, making sure that the team's staying up, team's staying healthy, hitting some good cleanses to keep teammates up. Very rarely being caught out in a bad position and hitting some great shots along with it. So, great performance from Late, who I think, just does a great job enabling the, Seans and Uguays of the team to be, the flashy players they can be.
And I think I have to kind of agree with you for both these players. X-Men Kills coming in relatively new to me. You sounded like you'd seen him before, but to me, this man absolutely new and absolutely tearing it up. So good addition to the Iona roster. So X-Men Kills, you are going to get my MVP. And Late, although yeah, we don't typically identify supports as being one of the main people because it's always the flashy Master Uguays. It's always Sean just going in, slam jamming, and absolutely blurring people. But Late this time was showing up. I saw a lot of the kunai kills. I saw a lot of the the Suzus, especially on King's Road, to keep his team alive, and just being there to keep the heals coming through. I saw Sean in dire situations, but the problem is he wasn't really in dire situations because Late is just off to the side throwing in heals. Starlania is also there doing the same, but Late just was being highlighted more in my mind. Although I never really fully said it, I am acknowledging it. So yeah, sorry supports. We do love you at the end of the day because without you, your tanks will die. So love you all. But yeah, so I do agree with your MVPs. So yeah, both you get the same MVP from both of us.
Unanimous decision today.
A rarity. Typically it's one player for one team, but now it's both players for both teams get the same. But yeah.
Sure.
Keep up the good work, Fairfield. Once again, they win 3-0 over Iona, closing out the semester at 5th place. So, good place to be. And yeah, any final thoughts, Mr. Altitude?
Not really. I mean, to the people in the conference who are watching, thanks everyone for a great fall semester. Excited for the spring to kick back up, see what happens, see new faces, see people return, see, everything that's going down in the fall and the spring. And yeah, I'm excited for the year to kick back up.
I will be looking forward to that, but I think we have one more stream before we're done with the semester, and I do believe that's going to be you guys tomorrow.
Wednesday, I think.
Or Wednesday? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I believe so.
You see, when I told you earlier I was off with the days, I still feel like today's Tuesday. So when I meant
Yeah.
tomorrow, I meant Wednesday. Either way, I think the next stream will be Maris versus Quinnipiac on Wednesday. So tune back in for that. But for now, once again, Fairfield, thank you for a good semester. Iona, well, you guys as well. You guys still have a lot of room for improvement, but I see it growing and getting there. You guys just need to lock it down. But until then, I think we will do it. It will do it for us here at the cast. So good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night.
See you on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, can't make